Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the end of everything, where this Christmas and New Year we're playing all in. So we've got all the expansion boards, nearly every card in the game, and we are playing with 8 investigators. And we're just about to start turn 12, but before we do, couple of errors to point out. One involves what I said about Leo Anderson about not shutting the gate and he'd lose a sanity. Well, no, he wouldn't, because he's not even going to attempt to shut the gate when he comes out of another time. He's just going to leave it for George. That's the plan anyway, and he wouldn't lose a sanity. It's only if you try and shut the gate and you do not succeed that and it's not a sanity, it's a stamina. It's a stamina gate. So if you try and close the gate, fail, then you will lose a stamina. The other is our good old friend Jim. Yes, we sort of fixed Jim last turn and then I forgot. The actual encounter card said move to the Black Cave and immediately have an encounter. And I forgot to do the encounter. So I'll do it now. So he's not immediately having the encounter, he's having it a bit later, but we'll hope that it's not bad, because if it is a bad one, I might have a bit of trouble shoehorning it in. But he should have had an extra encounter when he actually originally moved to the Black Cave. So let's see what he gets. Black Cave. You find the remains of a fire where someone tried to burn evidence but didn't finish the job. You may search the common item deck for research materials card and take it. Well, that isn't bad, is it? Right, I'll check for research materials. I think somebody else had it. So it may be that, I don't know how many copies there are, I'll just have to check. But I'll be back in a moment. Hello, I'm back. There is a second research materials. I knew we'd used one. I think Tony Morgan used it a while ago. But I thought I'd better check just in case there were 2. And there are 2. So research materials, any phase, discard research materials instead of spending 1 clue token. So that will go to Jim Culver. And luck's turning for Jim. That's excellent news. Right, so I think that is it for all the corrections. So what we'll do now is we'll get straight into turn 12 and the upkeep phase. And here we are, the upkeep phase with Joe Diamond. So first of all, let's refresh credit rating so he can unrefresh it when he fails his bank loan, which he seems to do every single turn. So come on. Oh, he did it this time. So he's still got his credit rating. So that's great news. Okay, so Joe, what's he going to do? He's currently in the woods. I think we'll get him into South Church and he will bless somebody. Probably Leo. We just want to keep Leo alive, and he's in a bit of a tricky situation with being in another world. Then I think Joe will actually stay at South Church because he's got 2 gate trophies, so he can bless somebody else. He'll just hang around a bit because he will want to bless George, because we want to make sure that George actually closes the gate. So is there anything else for Joe to do? We're not moving any of his sliders or anything. He is fine, I think. Yes, that is it for Joe. Next up is Jackie. And here we are with Jacqueline. What we're going to do with Jacqueline? Well, she is going to go to the rope and anchor because we wanted to get rid of a rift token. But what she's also going to do, she's going to use the Ruby of Relay, and she's going to go via Congregational Hospital, where she's going to have a bit of a trade with Wilson. She's going to give him that $1. That means that Wilson will be able to leave Kingsport this turn because he's totally brassic. So that is what we're going to do there. Is there anything else we're going to do? There is something else we're going to do. I'm sure there's something else we're going to do. That's it, Arcane Insight, that's what we're going to do. So let's have a look at this. Casting modifier -4, sanity cost 1. Upkeep, casting exhaust to look at the top 3 Mythos cards in the deck. Then replace them on top of the deck in any order that you choose. When casting this spell, you gain a +1 bonus to your spell check for each tome in your possession. Well, we don't have any tomes, but we have got 5 lore. And we've also got a few clues. So maybe we'll use a clue, maybe not. Let's roll anyway. We've got a single die. That's 6. Fantastic. So let's get... Oh God. This fucking idiots. So let's have a look at the top 3 cards. Doors of Sleep, Environment, Urban. Oh, we don't want this one. Look at that. Look at that. It's a woods burst. We'd have had to burst at the woods, but not only that. Environment, Urban. Let me just check the... Yep, we'd have been going on to Act 2. So that's a bad one. And after that, the next one is a rumour. So that's a rumour. And what was the third one? Strange Whispers Promise Vengeance, a headline. So let's have a think. So those are the top 3. Blimey, I'm glad we succeeded at this. So I don't think we can't discard anything, can we? We just replace them on top of the deck in any order we choose. So what we could do with that one, I mean, we get a gate at the science building, but that's not too bad. Then, now she's got her ability. Hang on, I'm just going to have a bit of a think. Okay, I'm back. I've had a bit of a think. What we're going to do is we're actually going to keep Doors of Sleep on top. And the reason for that is we're going to knock this back. Yeah, we're going to use Jacqueline's ability. She's going to spend a clue and use Mythos Law. And what we're going to do is say, bye-bye, precognition. We are going to flick this. Yeah, this is going to go. So that is one thing we don't want. We don't want the Act card going forward, and we do not want a gate burst at the woods. Then what we're going to put second is Strange Whispers. We're going to put this second. Then that is, we'll get the science building gate. That'll be cool. In fact, we can actually shove somebody in the science building. Why not? Okay, the gate will open on them and they'll get delayed, but they will go straight into another world. Yeah. Ideal for Jim Culver. Let's get Jim Culver to the science building. He can go in another world. Okay, he'll be delayed for the first turn, but then we've got somebody else who's got an opportunity to close a gate because he has got enough clues. So that'll go next. Then we will have the rumour. The reason I'm putting the rumour last, I've actually read it. Go through it now. It's like it's free information now because obviously Jackie's been able to look at it. When this card enters play, place 3 clue tokens per player on it. That's 24. Any player may discard common or unique items while in Southside Streets during the Arkham encounter phase to remove 1 clue token from this card per common or 2 per unique item. That is so many common and unique items. So we'll put this last. So ongoing effect, place 1 clue token per player on this card at the end of every Mythos phase. So that'd be another 8. Yeah. But it's the turn after it enters play. So that gives us about 4 turns. Pass. If there are no clue tokens on this card, each investigator gains an ally. But there's no way we can't get rid of like 24 common items or what is it, 12 unique items. We've got no chance. Fail if there are 6 clue tokens per player on this card. So that's 48. Return it to the box. Investigators may no longer trade items, and all investigators have their focus reduced to 0 for the rest of the game. So that's not too bad, actually, even if it kicks in. Obviously, I'm going to have to think of something. I haven't got 48 clue tokens, so we're going to have to think of something. But that's the bad thing. Obviously, we're going to get 2 of these Doom tokens, and we're also going to get a total monster movement. But you know what? That isn't too bad. So let's put it right at the end. And remember, even when we put it out for the first time, it doesn't kick in until the end of the next turn. So by that time, hopefully we'll have won the game. So we'll put this last. So just to reiterate, Doors of Sleep first, and Jacqueline's going to use a precondition ability at the end of this turn to fire that off. Then we're going to get the Science Building Gate, and what we're going to do is we'll put Jim Culver in there this turn, so he gets sucked through the gate. He gets delayed, but he's in another world, and he has got 7 clue tokens, so hopefully he'll be fine. And well, he's got 8 clue tokens really, because he's got research materials that we just got. And then we will get Mistrust, which is this rumour. But it's one of those rumours where we've got it at the end of the game, and I think it won't cause us any problems. That is the only problem we're going to have. So, yes. The only other problem I think we're going to have is when we kick this back. Kicking this back is an Investigator ability. It's Jackie's ability. So we will have to put a Deep One Rising token on, because we are preventing the woods from opening. Yeah, it would open due to a gate burst. So we will go up to 3 on the Deep One Rising track. But other than that, yes. So, to be honest, I don't think it'd have been too bad anyway. While I was just having a think before, we'd have knocked this back and got the rumour. Yeah, it's just slightly better that we have the rumour there. Yeah. So it wouldn't have been too bad even if we hadn't, you know, used Arcane Insight. We'd have still got away with it, I think, but why not use Arcane Insight when we can? So that is what they're going to look like. Oh, not put them like that, because they're going to go like that, aren't they? So get it the right way around, Paul. Okay, so that is Jacqueline's upkeep phase. That was a bit action-packed. Who is next? It is Wilson Richards. And here we are with Wilson. Well, Wilson's going to get that $1 in trade off Jackie, and then what he's going to do is he's going to head back to Arkham. I was thinking of him taking on the Moon Beast, but with him, the Moon Beast, you see, is 3 toughness, and he's going to struggle, even with the shotgun, I think. So what we'll do is we'll just leave the Moon Beast. We might be able to get away with it. The way it's moving around the board, when that rumour comes, it'll move again. So yeah, let's forget about that. What we'll do with Wilson, we will send him to Arkham, but we're going to send him to the Rivertown streets because the Ancient Whispers marker is still there, and I think he will try and get himself a exhibit item. We'll have a go at that. Perhaps he'll get something really, really good, and it will help him take out these monsters a bit better. Unfortunately, we haven't got any easy monsters. We don't have any easy ones. We've got plenty of really nasty ones that are really difficult to kill, but no easy ones. So there's no maniacs or cultists or things like that knocking around. So we'll give it a miss. We might not have to kill any of these monsters, to be honest. We're getting really near the end now. So we'll just send him to the Ancient Whispers marker in Rivertown. So that's it for Wilson. Next up is Jim Culver. And here we are with Jim, who I've just I've had to completely redo his turn. I've been making some like notes and stuff. I make loads of notes. To minimise mistakes, and I've totally had to rewrite Jim because of what happened with Jackie. Yes, we're going to send him to the science building because we want that gate to open on him. It's a bit unfortunate in a way because they had a really good idea for him. What I was going to do was send him up to the train station, and he'd have waited in the train station. Then the turn after that, he would have actually gone to Kingsport, and he would have gone to North Point Lighthouse. And he had, because he's got a gate trophy and 5 toughness worth of monsters, he could have actually got the white ship. He could have become captain of the white ship, and he could have sailed away into the first part of any other world. So he'd have probably picked the City of the Great Race, you know, the Marsh Refinery Gate, and then come out there and try to shut it. But I think it's slightly quicker if we have that science gate open on him. So we'll just do it that way, yeah? So that should be pretty cool. And yeah, it's a pity. I wanted to go up to North Point Lighthouse. I thought that'd be really good for everybody, but you know, we're here to win the game, aren't we? So what we'll do is we'll actually send him to the science building. We know that gate's going to open, so let's get him over there. So if we're going to do that, and we're going to have the gate open on him, I think we've got to keep his speed at 4, unfortunately, because that's the only way that he can actually make it to the science building. But his next upkeep, we will be able to move his speed and sneak. So let's get his sneak up a bit, because we don't want anything nasty catching him. So, but is there anything else we can move now as regards focus? No, his law is his best ability for shutting gates. That's at 4. So I think we will keep everything where it is. Yes, so had to change his turn around a bit, but hopefully I think that'll be a bit better. Let's send him to the science building. Pity he couldn't go to North Point Lighthouse and get the white ship, but c'est la vie. Okay, that's it for Jim. After Jim, it is Leo Anderson. And here we are with Leo. Now, Leo's in another time. So I think what we will do with him is we will move his speed and sneak. So let's get his sneak up to 3 and give him a chance. We are going to bless him this turn because he's only got 2 stamina. We will leave the blessing for George because I want to get him, you know, nearer to coming out. He may lose it, you know, when he's rolling for it. So let's not bless George until he's just about to come out of the other world, assuming he gets there. Right, so that's Leo. I don't think we're going to do anything else with him. So, no, that's right, he's fine. So after Leo, it is Tony Morgan. And here we are with Tony. First things first, let's roll for his bank loan. Come on, Tone. A 1. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. So we'll change that over. So he's got to spend $1. Won't be a moment. And there we go. 4 change. Alright, so after that auspicious start, what we're going to do with Tony, I've had a bit of a rethink. We're going to bless Tony this turn. He's going to stay where he is, because obviously the blessing won't take effect until the encounter phase. We want him to kill the Moon Beast. If he's blessed, he'll have the Lamp of Al-Hazred, and with his whiskey and things like that, plus the fact he's got like 7 stamina, I'm sure he will be able to kill that Moon Beast. So he'll just have an Arkham Asylum encounter this turn, but he will be blessed because Joe will bless him, and then the turn afterwards he's going to march out. Because he's blessed, he should be able to cause some real havoc with the Lamp of Al-Hazred, and perhaps he can kill the Moon Beast, the Leng Spider, and then move on to the Elder Thing and help clean up the streets of Arkham a bit. So that is the plan for Tony. Okay, so are we going to move any of his sliders about? No, I don't think we'll bother. We'll keep them where they are. Okay, so that's it for Tony. Next up is George. And here we are with George. First of all, he gets $2 for his retainer. And he's got a roll for his retainer, so let's do that. Come on, George. A 4. Good lad. He is absolutely rocking that retainer. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got George. Now, currently he's got 2 speed, and he can use Fellow Travellers, which gives him 3 speed. But that's not going to be enough, because it's going 1... Oh, no, it is. 1, 2... 1... 2, 3. Yes, it is. So we'll keep it at that. And his 3 speed will get him to the Esoteric Order of Dagon, where he will go through that gate and he will follow Leo. Excellent. So because he needs that, we won't put his sneak up just yet. We'll really put his sneak up once he gets in there next turn. So George is who we're looking at to actually win the game. Hopefully he will be able to do so. He's got $10 there. He should be able to stop himself getting arrested when he gets to the Esoteric Order of Dagon, because he's going to have to roll for martial law. But even if he fails, he can spend $2 to stop himself getting arrested. He's got a ritual blade, just in case we have to fight anything. But with the Dark Cloak, +1 sneak, and the fact we're going to stick his sneak up anyway, we are hoping he will get through that other world unscathed. We are also going to bless him, so hopefully we will be okay. He's got more than enough clues to shut and seal the gate, so come on, George, we're counting on you. Right, that's it for George. After George, it is Bob Jenkins. And here we are with Bob. Bob's got a roll for his bank loan. So come on. And he gets a 1. Whoop, not them. Right, we'll get rid of that die. It's rubbish. Right, so he has to spend $1. So there we go. He's still got $6 left, so it shouldn't be a problem. Right, what's Bob going to do? Well, he's still only got 2 sanity, so basically he's going to stay in Harney Jones's shack. He's not doing a great deal. He is only there to prevent any sort of monsters that come out going into those vortexes. So while he's waiting, he may as well wait at Harney Jones's shack, and he may as well get his sanity up. It's a sanity at a time, but you know what? We're in no hurry with Bob. We're fine. Okay, right. So that is it for Bob. After Bob, it is the movement phase. And here we are at the movement phase with Joe. So Joe's going to go 1, 2, 3, and he is going to go to South Church. That is it for Joe. Next up is Jackie. And here we are with Jackie. First of all, she's going to go 1, 2, 3 to Congregational Hospital, say hello to Wilson, and she is going to trade him $1. After she's done that, she's going to exhaust the Ruby of Relay, and she's going to go 1, 2, 3, and move to the Rope and Anchor. And that is it for Jackie. But we may as well stay here because next it is Wilson. And Wilson is going to go 1 to Central Hill, and then he is going to spend that $1, and he is going to go to Arkham. So let's get up to Arkham. And here we are in Arkham. So his second movement point takes him to the train station, and then he's got 3, 4 to the Merchant District, and then he's going to exhaust his motorcycle and go to Rivertown. So that is it for Wilson Richards. After Wilson Richards, it is Jim. And here we are with Jim in the Black Cave. He is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into the Science Building. And now he's done that movement, I can put that back so it's not in the way anymore. Okay, so that's Jim. After Jim, it will be Leo Anderson. And here's Leo. He's just going to the second part of Another Time. After Leo, it will be Tony Morgan. Here we are with Tony, but Tony is not going anywhere. He's going to stay at the Arkham Asylum. After Tony, it is George. Here we are with George. George is going to spend $1, and he is going to catch the bus and go to Innsmouth. So let's follow him up to Innsmouth. So that's 1 movement point to Innsmouth, 2 movement points to Church Green, and then his 3rd movement point, he is going to exhaust his fellow travellers and move into the Esoteric Order of Dagon. But he's going to have to roll because he needs to do an evade check. So let's just check what he has to roll. He has a sneak of 3, he has the dark cloak, which gives him 4 dice, and +1 sneak anyway. That's 5 minus 1, he's got 4 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go on, George. And he gets a 6. So George avoids getting arrested, and he is ready to go into that gate later in the turn. After George, it is Bob Jenkins. And here we are with Bob. Bob is going to stay exactly where he is, so that is it for the movement phase. Next up is the Arkham Encounter phase. And here we are with Joe, and he's going to follow the text down here. Blessing, instead of having an encounter, he's going to spend a gate trophy. So we'll put this gate trophy on the bottom of the stack, and he is going to bless Tony. So Tony is going to get blessed, and hopefully he will be able to start killing some monsters next turn. Okay, so that's it for Joe. Next up is Jackie. And here we are with Jackie. So she's going to have an encounter in Harbourside, so that's the green deck. So let's give it a quick shuffle and a quick cut. See what we get. The rope and anchor. One of the sailors tells you a horrible story about large fish creatures pulling men underwater. If there are 3 or less uprising tokens on the Deep One's Rising track, gain 1 clue token. Well, there's only 2. Cool. So, it'd have been a bit grim if it was more than 3, but, well, we'd have got 2 clue tokens. She's got another clue token. Blimey, she got loads. Okay, so that went alright. We will get her a clue token. And we will put that onto her player tray. How many has she got now? She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doing very well on the old clue tokens is Jackie. And not only that, we get to put this rift token back in the rift bag. So that's great. Okay, so after Jackie, it is Wilson Richards. And here we are with Wilson in Rivertown. So he's got to have an encounter. So we'll get the encounter deck for the Ancient Whispers and the exhibit items. Give it a cut and let's see what we get. A corrupting influence. Someone close to you has been corrupted by the Pharaoh's dark power. You must either return one of your ally cards to the box or raise the terror level by 1, then gain an exhibit item. Well, we will move the terror level up. I think we're going to be alright. This will go to the downtown streets. We'll do that now while I think on. And the terror level has gone to 2. So we've got to get rid of an ally. So we'll give these a quick shuffle. And let's see who fell under the Dark Pharaoh's power. William Bain fell under the dark powers of Niall Arthurtep. He was pretty good as well. +1 speed, +1 luck. Remove 1 Doom token from the Doom track. He was very good. So that's a bit of a downer. Right. So he's joined Duke and done a runner. So there we go. But we do get an exhibit item. So let's sort that out. Won't be a minute. Here we are. Exhibit item deck. A little quick shuffle. Another cut. And let's see what we get. The Chime of Ra. When you lose sanity due to a horror check, you may exhaust this card to reduce the sanity loss by 1 to a minimum of 0, even if the monster has the nightmarish ability. That's alright. Could do with handing it off to Tony Morgan, but well, better than now. Better than a slap across the belly with a wet kipper. Alright, thank you for your efforts, Wilson. Next up is Jim Culver. And here we are with Jim. What Jim's going to do is he is going to, yes, he's going to do dissection, the text underneath there. He is going to discard his gate trophy. He does have 5 toughness worth of monster trophies, but one of them's a hunting horror. I don't fancy that going back in the bag. So he's going to put this back and he's going to get himself 2 clue tokens. The reason for that is obviously he is our backup. So we know what a gate is going to open on him. So let's give him a load of clues. We want to make sure that he is able to shut a gate should he have to. That is it for Jim. Next up is Leo. Oh, no it isn't. I tell a massive lie. Leo is in another world. So it will be Tony Morgan. And here we are with Tony in Arkham Asylum. Remember, he is blessed. So he's got to have a normal encounter. Let's see what happens. Arkham Asylum. Nurse Heather accidentally injects you with a sleeping draft. You may make a fight -2 check to resist. So I think we're going to do that. We will need that for a start. Can we see it? There we go. What's his fight? His fight is 4, so he's got 2 blessed dice. Come on, son. 2 ones! Snake eyes! He hasn't got... No, he hasn't got anything to re-roll with, I don't think, either. Well, a lot of good, him being blessed wasn't it? Snake eyes on blessed dice. Oh, dear me. I think we've blessed the wrong guy. If you fail or choose not to resist, lose your next turn and gain 2 sanity from the prolonged rest. If you pass, nothing happens. So he's not going to be killing anything. Oh, dear me. So, again, I think... Oh, I'm not sure. Lose. Didn't say miss a turn. It said... I think it's lose your next turn. I think you totally lose the turn. So, there you go. I'll have to have a think about that as well, because when it's lose a turn, I don't think he'll have to roll for his bank loan or anything, because it's a complete loss of turn. You don't have an upkeep phase, you don't have anything. He won't have an encounter next turn. He's just out for the count, I think, with lose a turn. I think it's like miss a turn. But I'm sure Tibbs or somebody will come in to confirm that. But I don't think that is like being delayed. Unfortunately, I think it's miss a turn. Okay, well, that's a bit of a bummer. That's it for Tony. Next up after Tony, it is George. And here we are with George. He's just going to go through the gate into another time. So he's in the first part of another time. We'll see him shortly when we do the Otherworld encounter phase. After George, it is Bob Jenkins. And here's Bob. He's just going to take advantage of Harney's hospitality and he's going to get himself another sanity back. So he's up to 3 sanity now. Okay, that is it for the Arkham encounter phase. Next up is the Otherworld encounter phase. And here we are, the Otherworld encounter phase. We'll just move Bob out of the way so I can get the deck in, and let's put the... we'll probably need this, so I'll put that up there. Right, okay, so we've got Leo and it's a red or a green. That's a blue. That's a yellow. A red. Relay the abyss, so it's going to be other. A mysterious woman warned you that you would be able to see all that you need to know if your mind were not clouded by the unnatural. Discard 2 spells to gain 5 clue tokens. If you can't or choose not to, gain 1 sanity. That is an excellent... For a red card, that is brilliant. I don't think he has 2 spells. No, he's only got 1, so he just gets a sanity back. Awesome! So Leo's having all the luck, unlike poor old Tony. So that's great news. So we didn't even have to roll anything. Fantastic. So we'll get rid of that. And seeing as we're already here, we move on to George Barnaby. Exactly the same, a green or a red. That's a blue. Get rid of that. It's a yellow. It's a blue. Here we go. Going to take ages. A green. Plateau of Lenga, the Underworld, so it's other once again. Strength and knowledge in numbers. Take a clue token for every investigator, including you, currently in another world. What a pair of fantastic encounters they were. Well, there's 2, so he gets 2 clue tokens. Sometimes I don't even believe my own luck. So there we go. So that was amazing. Didn't even need that. Okay, so that is it for the Otherworld encounter phase. Let's go into the Mythos phase, which we know all about. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. So we know what's going to happen. We're going to pull out the card and we're going to get this one. Now, I could have put the science building one right on the top and this one second. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I did consider doing that, but I just wanted to use Jackie's ability, really. I'd have been using it next turn, but, you know, whatever. Let's do it this turn. The important thing was this one wasn't the last card, because we only saw the top three, and if we put this last, then the fourth card, the next one that we didn't see, might have been another gate burst. So this just had to be first or second. I picked it first. I don't think it makes a great deal of difference. So we're going to use precognition and knock this back. So that disappears. That's going to cost Jackie here a clue, and she's also going to exhaust her Mythos law. So that is the other clue token that she's spending. So we've done that. She's back down to 6 clues. And she's used her precognition ability. Because she's used an ability to stop a gate opening, we are up to 3 on the Deep One Rising track. Ooh, that's getting a bit close, but I think we'll be alright. I think we'll get away with it. Okay, so we draw our next Mythos card, and we know what this one is thanks to Arcane Insight. It's Strange Whispers, Promise Vengeance. A monster appears at a street location. Oh, we'll do everything. We're going to get 3 monsters anyway. So, science building, we're going to get a gate. Woo! And the gate we get, let's get everything sorted. The gate we get is, dun, dun, dun. It's another stamina gate to the Plateau of Leng, no less. So let's put that up. That's there. That sucks through poor old Jim, who goes to the Plateau of Leng. That's up here somewhere, and he is delayed because a gate opened on him. But at least he gets to miss the monsters. The Doom track goes up to 9. And let's get rid of that and get some monsters. Surely we're due an easy-ish monster. Surely. So first monster that comes out is a Wraith. Wraiths aren't easy. At least the flying monsters. The next one after that is a Formless Spawn, which is another pig of a monster. We'll leave that there because the headline I think says we've got to draw yet another one. So let's have a look at the Formless Spawn. At least it's easy to sneak past. It's a hexagon monster. It's black, so it's normal movement. Physical immunity. Oh, so it's a bit of flavour text. From a darkened alley, a patch of darkness seemed to detach itself, curling along the bricks and rising to block our path. -1 on the horror check, you can lose 2 sanity. -2 on the combat check, you can lose 2 stamina, and it's 2 toughness. So that's a bit of a beast. We have the Wraith, which is a +0 to get past, and it is a crescent monster. It's undead. It has physical immunity, nightmarish 1, overwhelming 1. -2 to lose a sanity on the horror check, -2 on the combat check to lose 2 stamina, and 3 toughness. That is a git. I've drawn some really, really nasty monsters. So let's put them on stands. Hopefully it won't matter, we're near the end of the game. But we have got a Formless Spawn, and we have got a Wraith here at the science building. I bet the students just love it. Okay, so we get a clue at the Silver Twilight Lodge. Sort that out. Pop that there. We get hexagon movement straight away, so that form of spawn is going into the Miskatonic University streets. Look, hexagons again. Slash movement. Let's move that gate. The gate moves up to downtown. It's on black, so the moon beast goes to north side. The Leng spider goes to downtown. And are there any other slash monsters? Feels like there are loads of them, but I don't think there are. No, there aren't. Triangle monsters? No. No triangle monsters and no star monsters. So that's monster movement sorted. Strange Whispers promise vengeance. Headline: a monster appears at a street location chosen by the first player, which will be me. Well, we want to put it somewhere where it's not going to be a pain. Now, we're not going to put it into Innsmouth or Dunwich because they have vortexes, so we don't want that. Oh, got to move Bob back to Harney Jones's shack. So it looks like it's Arkham, isn't it? Or got to put it in Arkham or Kingsport. I don't fancy Jackie having to put up with it in Kingsport much. So I don't want to put it in Arkham particularly either. Oh, decisions. I've got to make a decision before I pull it out. Like if it was a cultist, I'd just stick it straight in Kingsport because I know Jackie would be able to deal with it. We'll put it in Southside. We're not planning on moving Joe anyway, and Joe's pretty tough. So once he does move, he can go out there and he can give it a good shoeing. So we'll put it in Southside. And it is, what have we picked? A Dart Young, which are horrible. Well, I'm glad I didn't pick. I am glad I didn't pick Kingsport. So let's put that on Southside. Actually, for a headline, that's a pretty nasty card for a headline. So anyway, we've finished. You can get rid of that. Okay, that went fine, I think. Yeah, getting to know those first three Mythos cards right at the beginning during Upkeep was brilliant. We've not won back using Jackie's ability. As I say, we could have had that one first that we've just played then, and then had the gate burst, but whatever. I don't think it particularly matters that much. And yes, we've got another set of horrible monsters out. Picked really badly on the monsters, but I think we should be okay. I think we're going to be alright. Having a look round the board, we're just waiting for George to come out really. We should be okay as well with a backup with Jim. That'll be pretty cool. We'll keep Joe in South Church next turn and the turn after, I think. I think it'll be the turn after where he'll bless George just before George comes out, because I don't want George rolling for his blessing and then losing it before he actually does the gate closing. Other than that, we've got Leo coming out next turn. He isn't even going to bother trying to shut that gate. He's going to come out of there. During Upkeep, we'll give him some extra movement. We want him to get the hell out of there. So we'll get him to Joe Sargent's bus station, or we might even send him to Falcon Point. He doesn't have to make an evasion check there. So we might just send him down there. Other than that, poor old Tony. Poor old Tony misses his turn next turn. So he's going to do absolutely nothing. He doesn't even have an upkeep. So that's him out, and we were counting on him being blessed to actually start killing some of these monsters, but he won't be able to do that now, unfortunately. We've had the merry-go-round of the Moon Beast, the Leng Spider, and that gate, which is having a fair old trip round Arkham. Wilson did alright. Wilson got a Chime of Ra. I think he'll be able to get in the police station next turn. There's a clue there. He may as well pick that up. So everybody's sort of waiting for George to come out, really. So earlier on in the game, this wouldn't have been a good turn. It'd have been a bit, but because of the stage where we're at the game, we've got away with it a bit. Jackie did brilliantly. She managed, rolled a 6, 1 die 6, yes, get in. So we were able to mess around with the Mythos deck. As I say, it wouldn't have mattered too much. We'd just have that rumour now, and we'd have put 2 Doom tokens on, but that only takes us to what? Would have been on 10 rather than 9. So that wouldn't have been too bad. We'd still have 4 turns for George to get out. So I think we're still alright. The Deep One's Rising tracks on 3. Again, not too bad at this stage of the game. So long as something horrendous doesn't happen, we know what the next card is. It's that rumour. So we're not going to get a gate next turn. So that's going to be okay. We're going to get 2 Doom tokens. And I'm going to lose all my clue tokens. Filling up that. I'll use 2 dice, I think, to show that it's got, what is it, 24 clues on it or whatever it is. But I think we should be able to ignore that till the end of the game. And one good thing about having that rumour is, while we've got that rumour, another rumour can't come out. It will knock back any other rumours that come in. So that's not too bad. Okay, so that is it for turn 12 of Arkham Horror and the end of everything. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions, for all the views, for all the likes and for all the dislikes. Thank you for watching. Thanks again for all the help and support. And if you've noticed any errors, I think I've asked a few questions during this particular turn, and I may have made an error as well. So please let me know and I will do my best to fix them before next turn. Other than that, anybody who's been to Board Game Links to upvote the site, thank you very much. And anybody who's been to BGG to like the videos on there, make comments, or like like the threads, or give Geek Gold, thank you so much. Righto, that's it for turn 12. I hope to see you for turn 13. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.